Morgan Parra. Those two, of course, played in Bourgoin for quite a few seasons, and it's a great linkage. And those are the linkages within the game of rugby union that you need to get going.
Yes, there's no doubt that Marty and Memoirs will feel comfortable.
Yes.
They've combined so well for a couple of seasons now at Perpignan.
Stay blue.
That was Jeb Sinclair we got a glimpse of. London Irish fans should take a note. I'm sure it'll be part of the Premiership campaign when he gets back. The line-out option there at the front was the man on his way to the Ospreys, Chauncey O'Toole.
Back off blue.
Tidied up superbly there by Bonaire. Parra. There's Tranduc. Damien Try in the line. There's Aurélien Rougerie. Rougerie finding Marty. Back the other way this time. Luc Ducalcon. That time going a little loose. Parra reacted swiftly and did well. Through the first quarter of the match, it's France 10, Canada 10. Tranduc with the tactic which has worked a couple of times for either side tonight. Rougerie was there, back goes Van der Merwe. Van der Merwe doing incredibly well through a third tackle, just brushing off Ouedraogo. But the kick, I'm afraid, wasn't up to it really. That was comfortable for Damien Try. Here comes Vincent Clair, the little chip ahead. Scampering after it is Tranduc, but the ball just runs harmlessly into touch.
Oh, Vincent Clair, he had men over.
Okay, I've seen him, he's out of the way, play on.
Injury there for Kleberger. Well, the injury is actually a contact lens, isn't it?
It's Adam Kleberger now back playing in Canada after a spell at the Rotherham Titans. Also came over to New Zealand, played a couple of games in the NPC for Auckland. But he went back to Canada when he picked up an injury, and he's been out for a long time as Kleberger, so he's timed his return well. Pat Ryden, the hooker, also the captain. Well, a bit of a fumble there from Chauncey O'Toole. The referee, though, saying it went backwards. Fairhurst being told to go, Eddie. That's for Mackenzie to get after. Picked up by Picamole. Keep your eye on Picamole, because for a big fella, he really does have the softest hands. Tranduc, the cross kick. You could see how Marty was waiting for that. And offloads to Rougerie. Rougerie can't gather it. Referee playing advantage here to Canada. Fairhurst getting knocked backwards, but the referee saying no advantage. So we'll come back to the scrummage. It'll be a Canada ball.
Yeah, another error just creeping in. Just the rain is just a little bit softer. Tranduc just with a short chip kick there, but well snuffed out by Canada. They got the men and numbers there just to put more pressure.
There's David Marty, who started 5 of France's 6 matches in the last World Cup. So there were 1 or 2 people around, the bookmakers included, who were calling a comfortable win for France tonight, but I think anybody who knows France rugby, and also the rise of Canada over the course of the last couple of seasons, would have said it's going to be a good deal closer.
Move back, blue.
And so it has been through the first 20. Fairhurst feeding his captain Ryden. Got Bidens with him. There's Fairhurst again. Monroe looks up, sees some space. The ball skids off the surface. Well played, though, by Vincent Clair. There's Damien Try. Oh, and Try getting himself wrapped up by the try scorer for Canada, Ryan Smith. But France do have it.
21, last man's feet.
Well, one thing about Try there, he just bought himself time. They can now resettle France, now build from here.
Serba.
Ball is out.
Very solid defence there from Canada. Back to Tranduc. Monroe waits for it. Pritchard. He's got Kieran Hearn alongside him, as well as O'Toole as well out there. There goes Pritchard.
Oh, Pritchard should have fed Carpenter on the inside. They've got the penalty, but the fullback had a smashing run. Readjusted his line, he should have offloaded, and Carpenter had a run through into the 22.
So there is Morgan Parra. One or two people have been suggesting here that maybe Morgan Parra should be started at 10, because it works so well with Dimitri Yashvili at 9 and Morgan Parra at 10 through the closing stages at North Harbour.
Watch Pritchard here, off his left shoulder, on the left. Here comes Carpenter. There was when the pass could have been delivered. That could have kept the momentum going on, but as you can see, a French hand was in there. They're rolling away from the tackle. But certainly this guy, James Pritchard, he's caught the eye, hasn't he, in this World Cup? Played an excellent game against Tonga.
And he also knows this kick rather well, doesn't he? It's his third attempt from a very similar part of the field. Successful with one of those two. 2 out of 3 on the night. Drifting wide again, and for a kicker of his quality, even on a grim old night like this, he would expect to land certainly 2 out of the 3, if not all 3 of them.
Yeah, it's so important for Canada. If they just nick those 2 penalties, suddenly another 6 points on the board makes all the difference.
There's Jean-Baptiste Poux. Looks like he spent 5 minutes with the corner man, doesn't he? Plenty of Vaseline and various other bits and pieces. Carpenter fumbles but recovers. Ouedraogo is straight up there along with Maxime Momoz. That's the halfway line. Monroe. It's Picamole. Oh, losing it forward. And it's stolen by Kleberger. Up to the 22. And look at the red jerseys. Fairhurst. Feeds Marshall. Marshall is a very mobile prop indeed. I saw him score a wonderful try during the Churchill Cup in the summer. Back from Fairhurst. Monroe. Head down there from Cudmore. And superbly defended by the French.
Yeah, very good. Jamie Cudmore, the big lock wearing the number 5 jersey for Canada. He was isolated, wasn't he? And he got picked off by 3 or 4 French tacklers. There was the ball spill. Kleberger, his angle of running and his ability to pick up that ball was superb. Continuity and support came in. This was the isolation. Pape in with a tackle, wasn't that superb? Bonner goes in, Ouedraogo goes in, and that's all the ball for France. I'll leave the translation to you, Martin.
Well, there is Adam Kleberger. He's really caught the eye, and it's not just because of the beard. He had a great game at the weekend. I suppose by the standards of modern rugby, for a back row forward, he's just a little bit on the short side, isn't he? He's not the biggest man.
Oh, he's strong though. I sometimes wonder what's living in these beards, because they've attracted so much media comment, press comment, pictures all over the national newspapers here. And I read an article the other day. He can't wait to cut it off, but he won't do it until Canada depart these shores. And of course, from a Canadian perspective, well, they're hoping to stay right the way through.
Nanyak Dala, we just got a glimpse of there. Good sevens player. Sean White is there. Tyler Hodson from Plymouth Albion. Scott Franklin on the end, used to play for Brive in France before ending his time in Europe. There's a Basque flag, the Biarritz club, well represented in the crowd here. Biarritz represented on the pitch here by Damien Tribe, and also Fabien Barcella having come off the bench. So Picamole, the decoy run there from the scrum half. There's Tranduk Marty again, getting wrapped up by Kieran Hearn and also by Ander Munro. Servat. How many yards does he make over the course of 80 minutes? not only for France but also his club when he's playing in the French league. Scores a lot of tries for a hooker as well, does William Servat. But there's Marc Léron in the middle, Didier Retière alongside him, Dave Ellis on the left, the Englishman, the Yorkshireman in fact. It's going to be sore in the morning, isn't it?
You better not have a shave and pop the aftershave on afterwards. I think Joubert, I think, wants some medical treatment on that because it's so important to stem the flow of any blood there.
I can see your stitches. Put some Vaseline.
Well, the referee's saying that I can see your stitches. I want some more Vaseline on there, please. So on come the cuts man. Look at those handling errors, eh?
Yeah, quite significant, and that's all down to some good kicking from Ander Monroe, but also the fact that Canada have actually pressurised. Whenever a kick's gone through, they've pressurised well, they've come up in a line. Well balanced this game, 10-all. France need to assert their authority because Canada have actually played very, very well.
McLean Park here in Napier, more associated these days with cricket.
Pause.
In fact, this could well be the scene of a bit of cricket history in January. Next month's trials go to plan. We'll see the first day-night test match here between New Zealand and Zimbabwe in January. Playing with a pink ball, they tell me.
Well, what a cracking kick by Ed Fairhurst, the Canadian 9. Watch this for a superb bit of skill. End-on-end kick. You see how it runs away from Damien Try. Try's positioning was more centre field, wasn't it, rather than down the 15 and tram lines. Now, can Canada put the squeeze on Servat's throw-in?
Well, it's certainly Servat's most important throw of the night so far. Straight over the back. It was well read by Chauncey O'Toole. It's Mamaz who comes away with it. I'm not sure it went to plan, but France do at least have it. Look at Tranduc here waiting for it. Didn't have much time. And considering the circumstances and the conditions, he did rather well.
Yeah, good clearance, finds a good safe touch there.
He really is a gifted footballer, is Francois Tranduc. Played a major part in Montpellier's challenge. They went all the way to the top 14 final last season. Fulgence Ouedraogo, the captain of the club, actually played that French final with a broken hand. Ed Fairhurst just confirming the call. Less than 10 minutes to go to half-time. The captain, Riordan, finds Sinclair. There's Fairhurst, there's Monroe, DTH van der Merwe. On the France 22. There's Pritchard. That's Sinclair. France defending their 22 very well here. Ouedraogo just wrapping up the Canadian. The try scorer Smith. I think Marty realised that the tackle was going in a bit high and then just pulled his arm away.
And watch Servat right in there. He's got hands on that ball. This is going to be a turnover here.
But there it is. Pooks plays scrum half. Para. Vegas Ouedraogo combining with his back row partner Picamole. There's Picamole again. Vincent Clair with a bit of space, a little chip over the top, but it was on the outside of the boot. The execution. Well, the idea was good, but the execution not really up to it, I'm afraid.
Well, that counter-attack came from a great defensive alignment from the French. Wonderful play, but the turnover came from Servat. Tranduc into Clark. You don't see him make too many errors when he's popping one down the sideline. But France very comfortable on the defence.
Well, now there's only two Frenchmen who've scored more test tries than Vincent Clair. He came into the game, fourth equal with Philippe Benassal and Emile Ntamak. Ntamak, who's a member of the coaching staff here. Well, there's Clair. The ball bobbing up and down, but it went forward. Clair doesn't understand why. Gives the evil eye at Meneer Joubert from South Africa.
Oh, I thought Canada had almost pinched that one. Look at that, 7 handling errors. Another good kick by Canada. They've benefited from this tactic. Let's have another look. Well, it was off his shoulder, wasn't it?